My name is Kala, Arvind Kala. India contains a sad Susu story, and somehow my life is intertwined with that story. Now, let me tell you that by a quirk of circumstances, I found that in my adult life, I'm always on a highway behind a wheel. Now, I have come to Manali 100 times in the last 30 years, and I have done 120,000 miles on the Delhi Manali and Manali Delhi highway. Apart from that, I have been to my Uttarakhand village 27 times, and I've done another 21,000 kilometers on this road, driving or with a driver. Now, so I know what happens in the this Susu story. I've been witness to it, and it never changes. Now, Gadkari, etc., etc. 3.5 years ago, they decided that on state and national highways they will construct 12,000 toilets, which would have been pretty good. But I've in these 3 years, I've come at least. Uh, 20,000 kilometers on these very highways, and never, never, never once have I seen a sign saying public toilet. And this is Delhi to Chandigarh. Delhi is a race place, Chandigarh is a race place, Punjab is a race place. This is one of the main highways. Now, the Char Dham highway on which I go to Uttarakhand, it's the same story. So, Mr. Gadkari, you are making roads. We are traveling on them. Thank you very much. But where the hell are the fucking toilets, man? What the hell? What 3.5 years ago you decided? China made 68,000 toilets in between 65 and 2015 and 2017, and that's not China claiming it as its own figure. Is New York Times 2 months ago. So, Mr. Gadkari, where are you? You talk big, but you very little you achieve. And I think it's absolutely scandalous. There's a huge medical risk, when you retain urine, when you want to let go of it, that very urine poisons you. If you want to go for a crap and you cannot relieve yourself of your this of your waste inside your body, it leads to piles. Now, the huge consequences, let that be. So why the hell can't you do that? And I'm talking actually of 75 years of independence, 12 prime ministers come and go. And what is the abiding picture of India outside? Mr. Modi said we are an economic powerhouse. But there's one picture in the minds of people who visit India, the foreigners, and they say, why is everybody in India standing up against a bush or a tree or a wall and doing susu? This is the actual, an Australian journalist 4 5 years ago. He saw open defecation, and he called India a shithole. And we were very outraged. How dare we? Damn it, I see it all the time. I mean, what the hell, yeah? I mean, I challenge you, my friends, there would be nobody in India, no male, who hasn't traveled on a highway and done susu on roadside bushes, etc. Nobody, including Mr. Modi, before he became chief minister. He was an RSS volunteer taking chickpeas are chanas in a cloth bag and going to the next village, etc. You think there needs this thing? So Modi would have been doing susu for decades before he became chief minister, and I would guarantee that Mukesh Ambani would have done many. Every time, I think in the course of my useless life, I would have done susu in these bushes at least 1,000 times, because every journey to Manali, 3 4 times I do susu, 3 4 times on the way back I do susu, 10 times, 20 times a year. A guy like me, and the women, and they it's not that easy for them to do susu. And this problem is easily solved. It's like 2 and 2 is 4. Now, let me ask you a question which nobody seems to ask. Here, they all talk in the stratosphere. Now, there's 64,900 petrol pumps in the country. So, if you're a motorist or riding a motorcycle, you're never far from a petrol station. And there's a government mandated law which is obeyed somewhat also, that every petrol pump has to have toilet facilities, and most of them do, but they're rotten. They're squat toilets, yeah. There are millions and millions of people in India who are 65 who can't squat like that, and they're dirty. Now, why the hell each petrol pump, at least the better of us, they earn around 3.5 to 5.5 lakhs a month. Why don't they invest in that or whatever it is? Or another very simple thing, why not privatize toilets? I mean, there will be other players coming up. Some fellow called Susu expert will patent his name. Another guy, Susu master, etc., etc. If you can privatize airlines and roads and everything, why can't you privatize toilets? So let people choose whatever they want. Whenever I go to Chandigarh, I see those vast expanses of fields, and on that 260 kilometers journey, to Chandigarh and beyond. So why can't those places, and the Indian farmer has nothing. I mean, his land holding is barely half a hectare. He can hardly make a living. So why shouldn't he make a living out of providing susu and toilet facilities and crap facilities to rich people who pass by in their mercs, etc., etc. Nobody will mind paying 20 rupees for susu and 40 rupees for the other thing. And they can be a fancier this thing. I mean, if you can have a 5-star hotel and a 7-star hotel and a dhaba and a medium this thing. Now, anyway you go to in Delhi, you can buy food at different prices. 40 rupees, 80 rupees, 120 rupees, 400 rupees, etc., etc. Everywhere. Why can't you do the same thing with toilets? You have a very fancy toilet, etc., etc. You charge 50 rupees and 100 rupees. And then fancy, and let it be a business. Let people make money out of people's susu. What the hell, yeah? It's as simple as that. But now that the government will always poke its nose into its affairs, now any farmer would be had. How much do you need toilet space? No, not more than 200 square feet maximum. And the guy will make money. And he gets water for free anyway from the government as a freebie. He gets electricity. All you need is a septic tank below, which does not cost more than 40,000 to build. And then all you need is a shed around or something, a rudimentary shelter. I don't think it would be worth more than, say, 1.5 lakhs or something, and the returns would be huge, because every penny you get. But here in the government, they will thwart this also. The health department will come, the police department will come. They will ask for his Aadhaar card, then they'll ask for his dad's birth certificate. And once you get the dad's birth certificate, they will ask for your kundali, your horoscope, etc. So nothing happens. So let people set up toilets on the roadsides, and charge them 30 rupees, 50 rupees, 40 rupees, 60 rupees. Let the market decide where they want to do so at least women, at least when I talk of women, whatever, 700 million women, yeah, and they feel very embarrassed. They can't duck behind a bush, etc., etc. And many times they have. I mean, what do you do? So there's no point talking big. And what's the point of sending satellites into space if you can't have a bloody susu and potty toilet here on the ground? I know this, toilet revolution, toilets, etc., etc. Everywhere they are underserved. Even London has only 1,500 toilets, and New York Times, London has 8.5 million citizens. Even New York has only 1,200. But New York, America has a simple restroom. They've made all toilets free, which is a wrong strategy. Let there be a free market in toilets. It's not a big deal, damn it. If you can have McDonald's along highways everywhere, if you can have KFCs all along the highway, why not Susu companies along the highways? India has 64 lakh kilometers of roads. Out of these 132, only 5% are state and national highways. And Mr. Gadkari says 12,000 toilets are being made. Where the hell are they? I don't see them, and I'm on those goddamn highways all my life. What the hell, yeah? You can't make goddamn toilets in this country, and nobody talks about it. They all talk big, and Modi wears these jackets, gets on rental plane, and brings about a moral revolution. What's the point? Hindus, Muslims, Parsis, there's only one thing that unifies them. They're all doing susu against a tree, and the women are, crossing their thighs and, and trying to hold their susu till some stop comes along that way. I mean, it's disgraceful, Maximum governance, minimum government. Nobody, Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, P.V. Narasimha Rao, Manmohan Singh, they all just talk, talk, talk. On the ground, they do nothing. That is the sad story of India, my friends. I know nobody talks about Susu, etc., etc., because they say, "What the hell, yeah? What a thing to talk about." But all of them, but all of these people who do, they'll do Susu against a tree. This is the reality of India, yeah. In 2023, 76 years after, and Modi gives a speech on Red Fort, and all the Bhaks say, "Oh, what a leader! What a leader!" Why they themselves, while all these Bhaks, the worshippers themselves are heading for a bush to do susu. Okay, so well, friends, this is great stuff. So please send it to everybody, and see you later, alligator.